Contestant number 5, Emma Crystal. I am somebody. I am somebody, Emma Crystal.
You Black people are so fast on the football field, yet so slow in the classroom. Those were the words of my 6th grade teacher, Miss Lane. The year was 1973, and I was 11 years old. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee during the throes of the Civil Rights Movement. My grandfather was one of the 1,800 sanitation workers who went on strike in February of 1968. Those were turbulent times. My first few years were spent at Hanley Elementary School in Orange Mound. Hanley was built in 1961 specifically to prove that separate but equal education was a viable option. There were no white children at Hanley when I attended there. I had no idea. I was a smart kid. You smart people out there probably understand that that sometimes means special attention. Teacher's pet, that was I was that. I got to take notes from the teachers to the principal's office. I got to write answers on the blackboard. I was somebody. In my 3rd grade year, my family moved to a predominantly white neighborhood. That was my first introduction to racial differences. Cherokee Elementary School was newly integrated. We Black children were mixed in amongst the predominantly white populace at the school. None of that mattered to me. I absolutely loved school, and I loved my teachers. I loved my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Roberts. She was brown like me, and she taught me language arts. I wrote my very first book under her tutelage. My 4th grade teacher, Miss Barnes, had a big bouffant hairdo. She taught me string art. I learned how to knit, crochet, tat, embroider, everything string. I learned it from Miss Barnes. But my favorite teacher of all times was Miss Maynell Horton. She had porcelain skin. She was soft and round with rosy cheeks. Miss Horton made me feel love every single day of my 5th grade life. I thrived at Cherokee in much the same way I'd had at Hanley. I felt like I was somebody until I was placed in Miss Lane's 6th grade class. You Black people are so stupid. Somebody forgot to tell Miss Lane that the color of your skin was not supposed to matter. I cried a lot during those first few weeks in Miss Lane's class, not because the work was difficult. I cried because I felt like nothing, a nobody. Miss Lane made me feel like nothing. Isn't it interesting how one negative voice speaks louder than 100 positive ones? All those years of feeling special, of feeling like somebody, were taken away in an instant by Miss Lane. She was relentless. One day, Miss Lane told our class that we would be going on a field trip to see the Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson. Great! I love field trips! Miss Lane, however, was less than enthusiastic. Operation Push, hogwash. Just another colored man making a fool out of himself. I didn't know who this man was, just that Miss Lane felt like he, like I, was another nobody. The next week, we all boarded these big yellow school buses and trundled our way down to the Cook Convention Center. Anxiously, we took our seats, not knowing what to expect, and then the Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson walked out onto the stage. It was as if he glowed. His afro was perfectly round, and that, along with the suit he wore, made him seem like a dignitary. He was poised, confident, self-assured. He had a message for us, and I could tell just by the way he walked out onto the stage that that message was a powerful one. I am somebody. I may be poor, but I am somebody. I may be on welfare, but I I may be uneducated, but I am somebody. I must be. I am God's child. I must be protected and respected. I am Black and I am beautiful. I am somebody. Soul power. Something in me woke up. In that moment, with the Reverend Jackson's voice booming over the loudspeaker, I lifted my chest. For a moment, that huge auditorium held only 2 people, me and the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson. I was somebody. Reverend Jackson knew me and he told me so. I was somebody. A seed was planted deep in my spirit. It took root, started to grow, and nobody, not even Miss Lane, could take that away. Years later, I was on a US tour of Dreamgirls. We were in Las Vegas and MC Hammer threw this huge party. Let me tell you what I was wearing. I had on a black tulle tutu with little velvet polka dots all over it, a matching black bustier trimmed in velvet. I had on black fishnet pantyhose and the only 3-inch heels you ever wanted to see. Oh, I was somebody. And then across the room, I saw this presence. And it was him, the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson. I floated my way across the room. Breathlessly, I asked him if he would take a picture with me for my mama. He agreed, and then he hugged me tight. While I was wrapped in his arms, I said, "Thank you so much. I am somebody." And he said, "Yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are. I am somebody." Soul power. Mr. Contest Master.
Thank you, Emma.